China just built an AI model that matches ChatGPT. The cost? $6 million. OpenAI spent billions. Google spent billions. Microsoft spent billions. A Chinese startup called DeepSeek did it for the price of a nice house. And they made it free and open source. Silicon Valley is panicking. On January 20th, 2025, a Chinese AI company called DeepSeek released a model called R1. Within days, it topped the Apple App Store. It beat ChatGPT, it beat Gemini, it beat Claude. Not in downloads, in performance. DeepSeek R1 matched OpenAI's most advanced reasoning model on benchmark after benchmark. Math competitions, coding challenges, graduate-level science questions. And it cost a fraction to build and a fraction to use. The reaction? Nvidia stock crashed 17% in one day, losing nearly $600 billion in market value. Tech investors went into panic mode. Because if China can build frontier AI for $6 million, what were Silicon Valley companies doing with their billions? But here's what's really happening. DeepSeek R1 is a reasoning model. Think of it like ChatGPT, but it shows its work. When you ask it a complex problem, it thinks through the steps out loud before giving you an answer. This is the same approach OpenAI uses with their O1 model. DeepSeek claims their foundation model, V3, cost only $5.5 million to train. OpenAI reportedly spent hundreds of millions on similar technology. This wasn't supposed to be possible. The US has strict export controls preventing China from buying advanced AI chips from Nvidia. DeepSeek was supposed to be years behind. Instead, they figured out how to do more with less. They used cheaper, older chips and optimized their code. They made their AI more efficient rather than just bigger. The real shock came when DeepSeek released everything as open source. Not just the model, but detailed technical papers explaining exactly how they built it. Anyone can download it, anyone can use it, anyone can modify it. The model is 27 times cheaper to use than OpenAI's equivalent. Chinese AI isn't just catching up. In some ways, it's already ahead. Alibaba released Qwen models. Tencent has their own systems, and they're all following DeepSeek's lead. Open source, efficient, and cheap. Reports suggest China invested $8.4 billion into practical AI startups in early 2026. That money is going toward building things that work, not just things that are big. The impact is already visible. DeepSeek's app hit #1 on the Apple App Store, beating ChatGPT. The model was downloaded over 800,000 times on Hugging Face in the first month. Developers worldwide are using it because it's free, powerful, and runs on regular computers. You don't need a massive data center. You can run smaller versions on a decent laptop. For Silicon Valley, this changes everything. The narrative was always that building frontier AI requires billions of dollars and the world's most advanced chips. China was supposed to be locked out of the race by US export controls. DeepSeek just proved that wrong. Efficiency beats brute force. And now other companies worldwide are asking why they should pay premium prices for ChatGPT when DeepSeek works just as well for free. But here's what nobody's saying. This isn't really about $6 million versus billions. It's about what happens next. DeepSeek's breakthrough wasn't just technical, it was strategic. By going open source, they turned the entire global developer community into their R&D team. Thousands of programmers are now improving DeepSeek's models for free, finding bugs, creating applications, and spreading adoption. OpenAI and Google keep their models locked down. DeepSeek weaponized transparency. And here's the kicker. While US companies focused on making the biggest possible models, China focused on making them practical. DeepSeek doesn't need the latest Nvidia chips because they designed around the chips they could actually get. Export controls didn't stop them. Export controls forced them to innovate differently, and that innovation might actually be better for most real-world uses. This creates a power shift. For the past 2 years, American AI companies had a monopoly on frontier models. They could charge whatever they wanted. Governments and corporations had no choice but to pay. DeepSeek just destroyed that monopoly. Now there's a free alternative that performs comparably. That changes negotiations. That changes contracts. That changes who holds leverage in the AI economy. Whether you're a developer, a business owner, or just someone trying to understand where this is going, here's what you need to know. First, test DeepSeek yourself within the next week. It's free. Go to their website or download their app. Compare it to ChatGPT on tasks you actually do. See if the cost savings matter for your use case. Many businesses are already switching because why pay for ChatGPT Plus when DeepSeek does the same thing for free? Make an informed decision based on your actual experience, not hype. Second, understand that the AI landscape just fragmented. It's no longer just OpenAI versus everyone else. There's now a Chinese ecosystem that's open, cheap, and competitive. If you're building anything with AI, you need to evaluate models from both sides. Learn the trade-offs. DeepSeek has censorship issues for certain topics. ChatGPT has usage limits and costs. Know what matters for your situation. Third, follow the efficiency trend, not just the capability trend. DeepSeek's breakthrough was making AI practical with limited resources. That's the future. AI that runs on your device. AI that doesn't need cloud servers. AI that small companies can afford. Position yourself to work with efficient AI systems, not just powerful ones. That's where the market is heading. China didn't just build a cheaper ChatGPT, they proved that the entire AI race was based on a false premise. You don't need billions of dollars. You don't need the world's most expensive chips. You need smart engineering and a willingness to share. DeepSeek changed the game not by spending more, but by spending smarter. And by making their work open source, they ensured that nobody can put this genie back in the bottle. The AI divide isn't just between people who can use AI and people who can't. It's between companies that think they need to spend billions and companies that realize 6 million might be enough. The power is shifting. The question is whether you're paying attention. You have more control than you think. If you move now. DeepSeek built world-class AI for $6 million. Your move determines what happens next. Next video, we're breaking down how this changes the job market and which skills actually matter now. This is the AI divide. Subscribe so you don't get left behind. The divide is real. Which side will you be on?